Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening match of the WPC Ace. Of course,
It's on. This is like legit. This is the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
If there's any tournament out there, like I'd say should be saying league here that you want to be playing and that you want to be winning, it's this. This is as big as it gets. Prize pool, production value, ballerinas. I don't know what the fuck I'm waking up to, Lumi. This is as big as it gets.
I watched that live and it was.
And we're already fucking up.
Yeah. Come on, get that production value correct. You flip our names. Oh God.
But this is legit. This is countless dollars being put in production value here.
This is GD Studio being months ahead.
One up. China one ups everyone though.
No, GD Studio had this like 8 months ago, and now they're just copying.
Okay.
Right? Is that not true?
Perhaps. Oh yeah, let's say this is like looking to sort of
GD
predict
Studio,
the lane.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we're as you can see, the first couple of picks have come out, and I'm loving this.
Holy shit!
Who
Can we
needs Aldraft?
do this? Look, they have a.
Dude, this is Hogwarts.
Yeah.
They look like they should be from Hogwarts. I would fit right in. I've got the Harry Potter look going.
There you go.
I just need to dress up a bit. From now on, we're gonna need blazers, Lumi, for Ace.
Okay, fair enough.
But this is I'm loving what I've seen so far from the WPC and this new Ace League.
Alright guys, let's get the hype going. This is a best of 3 series between Vichy Gaming and DK. DK obviously the hype team. This is the first time we've seen them playing live. This is Mushi drafting Lamb, Ice, Burning, and MMY. And of course on the other side, RTK still carrying his DK tag. Not sure out of spite or out of revenge or out of sadness. Whatever that the case is, he's got the ROTK DK tag.
DK's turn to pick.
Well, a bit of history between these two teams. Of course, DK, following their TI performance, basically rebuilt, only keeping MMY and Burning. ROTK was very, very upset, very sad when he actually left the team, and well, we're going to see how he does here. The two teams have already met once, which is when Mushi and Ice had just gone to China. Vichy Gaming won that series 2-1, but that was DK with no time to settle and no time to practice. They'd just been put together. So this is where I feel the real test is going to come. And this is where DK wants to say, hey, look, we've brought these all-stars in from Southeast Asia. We're not just a team of all-stars. We're a team who can actually win games and win tournaments.
Yeah, Super obviously a former DK member as well, and was able to often considered as one of the best solo mid in China. Well, now he's going to be playing against Mushi, of course, import from Malaysia. And let's see if Mushi's going to be handling that solo mid role as well as he has been before. But the Wisp pick coming out from DK, that's confusing me, because it seems like these Chinese teams recently have been trying to pick more and more of Wisp and kind of treat him with the respect that this hero deserves. But we haven't really seen a Chinese team really utilize Wisp on the same way that a Western team has. So we'll see if they are still practicing and learning.
Yep. Well, DK are going to go for a Kunker very early
look at
on.
these picks.
Are we looking towards I guess Kunker mid against the Alchemist?
Yes, this is Elder Titan top, Kunkka mid, and then you can have Wisp +2 on the bot lane.
All right. Let's see if we're going to see if the Chinese agree with their laning setup on their little screen. I'm waiting to see if we're right or not.
Okay. Look, they have a drop down menu. They picked the hero and they
look. We need to just stop showing our draft screen and just get the Chinese stream up. We can just talk draft over this.
Yeah, you guys could see. You guys could.
All right, so yeah, Kunker mid versus Alchemist. There, we're on the same page as them. I like this. The one thing they can do, I think, which I'm sure the Chinese are aware of, they could just put Weaver as a solo against Elder Titan and do an offensive tri lane.
Yeah.
Which is what we're seeing a lot of the Chinese teams do. Just go for this offensive tri lane and safe lane solo carry hero.
Your offensive tri lane could definitely feature a Weaver or Alchemist, so those heroes could definitely move around. Yep. There's a Clockwork being picked up by Vichy Gaming, and ROTK generally plays that Clockwork, so we imagine it's going to be a Clockwork on the off lane. And here we go. We're going to see them drag down that menu.
Or are we? I think this is also like teaching the viewers about Dota who maybe don't know about Dota. Like that's the whole purpose going on here.
10 seconds remaining.
We need to do this. This is legit.
All right. Well, we'll get building.
5 seconds remaining.
I like this.
Yeah, there you go. That's fucking production value right there.
Dire team.
Oh, that's how they actually add it onto the map. I get it now. These guys are well practiced.
You don't need stickers.
Dude, the magnets definitely have a vintage and a feel to them, which cannot be replaced.
10 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, just you could drag them around, move them around. Look at them
Sound-
go.
What do you think about
Five
Sanking a
seconds
support hero,
remaining.
which Mushi is obviously brought over from Southeast Asia because Orange Esports love to play this hero as a
The
support.
Chinese in the past have been loving support Sanking.
A
as well.
long time ago.
Yeah.
Never seen during TI3 or even during the lead up to TI3, but Orange were the only team out there, I would say, practically at the top level who would run Sanking and have good success with
I
it.
mean, they had two of the best Sanking players ever.
Yeah.
Net as well as Extinct, just really good on those. Extinct Sanking is just absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, I don't think MMY or LAM play Sanking as well as they do, so we'll see how it goes. Excuse me. Also, we don't know what is Burning's hero in this particular draft either.
Yeah, I guess whatever's picked up last is going to be what they try and play for him. They're not going to see any Wisp Chaos Knight coming out, and
To ban.
I don't think you need to have that obvious melee stunner to go with him, which is why Vici Gaming say, oh, let's just ban out Gyrocopter here. Which is, I think, just fine, because just doing a
Dire
standard
team
Wisp
pick.
Gyrocopter type lane is pretty scary in its own right.
Yeah, Vichy Gaming actually do ban that Chaos Knight because they were somewhat afraid of that, I
Yeah.
can imagine. And Vichy Gaming either completing their trialing right now, or if they pick up a very aggressive hero, then they might be tower diving some. But I doubt it. I doubt this. I assume this is going to be your standard Weaver Rubik +1 defensive trialing versus Clockwork or versus that Elder Titan off lane,
10
which is not
seconds
going to have too much of a
remaining.
good time, to be honest.
All right.
But if you look at DK's draft, it's
5
insanely
seconds
AoE
remaining.
oriented. Elder Titan, Kunkka, as well as Sanking are your AoE machines, and obviously the carry can be AoE as
Reserve
well.
time.
I imagine the Wisp is going to just be relocating in a Sanking with the Epicenter on top of everything. So we're seeing an Elder Titan Clap, a Torn, Bolt, Sanking, Burrow Strike, and Epicenter. That's a ton of AoE, and it doesn't really matter who you are on VG Gaming side. If you get caught by those AoE, you're just flat out dead.
All right. Well, DK and Vici Gaming both
10
thinking
seconds
things through
remaining.
here. As for me, Vici Gaming, I mean, Clockwork does do alright in the offlane against any kind of a trial, and Dream Protector actually picked up.
DK's
All right, there's
turn
your
to
your
pick.
other support to go with the Rubik, and this is not going to be an offensive trial coming out from Vici Gaming. We're looking at your standard Clockwork offlane. Probably look through that little cog trick with the trees, just to
He
get the
doesn't
creep.
need to. Now that he has Stream Protector, he could just literally walk into lane. No, yeah. What is Wisp going to do? Right click
With
Lisa?
Sanking
No, they're not going
with
to
one more trial in here. It depends on the
trial.
third. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's Gyrocopter, which by the way banned out, then maybe a
10
PA with
seconds
multiple
remaining.
Stifling Dagger.
Yeah.
But Clockwork with Stout Shield, 6 Tangles, and a Salve should
5
be
seconds
absolutely fine with
remaining.
Treant Protector, Living Armor.
Depends how far we're talking about pushing up. If we're talking about pushing up to where the
Reserve
initial
time.
creep waves meet really far away from his tower,
Mhm.
he'll get chased down. This is like a tether bonus movement speed. So
Yeah.
they with Sanking will kill him because they get 2 burrow strikes off in that time, and I think he will still need to do that cog trick just to get the creep wave back to his tower.
So the Chinese analysts are expecting a defensive trialing as well.
I wonder if these guys they're just minds blown. They're like, man, Treant Protector, we weren't ready for this pick. Where's this on our board? What's going on?
And that'd be Bruno. Bruno couldn't find that one hero I remember once.
Jakira? I think it was
Jakira, he
They
replaced
they
the
used
Ogre,
Yeah,
Ogre
yeah.
match, right? They both have 2 hits. But
Luna.
alright, it's gonna be a Luna coming out from DK. So this is again fairly intense, insane AoE spell. At the same time, that means FY is gonna have his pick of which spell to steal. There's a great number of spells that you could easily steal. Eclipse, Bolt, Burrow Strike, all of these spells are easily stealable, and they are insanely powerful thrown against the other side.
All right. Well, we're not going to have a deja vu of the DSL opening match. Do you remember that? The Dota 2 Super League opening match, and it got delayed by 30 minutes because Zhao 8 had a Juggernaut taunt equipped, and that was when you couldn't load taunt into the game.
Uh-huh.
It would just crash. And we were trying to explain this to the admins, except obviously we're speaking English.
Uh-huh.
They're not understanding English, so we tried to reload about 4 times every single time he had his taunt equipped, but eventually we got things underway.
Eventually they figured it out.
All right.
Nobody here could have translated that into Chinese.
You weren't here, obviously. I think it was me and LD casting.
If I wasn't here, then the Chinese translator is...
Yeah.
Okay.
It wouldn't have helped either, because you're fake,
Look,
fake Chinese.
come on. I could definitely translate.
You need to have Winter there. He actually translates the Chinese interviews going on.
Well, what a great way to start a WPC ace
With the pause.
with a pause.
That's all right. You get
With a technical pause, too. It's not even player taking a bathroom break. That you could excuse. Or having a
No.
phone call.
Oh.
Happy Dota. Let's be honest here.
All right. Well, lineups are go. Any team you sort of favor here, or we?
Traditionally, AoE wombo combo lineups has never really been too successful in China, simply because the enemy team is just really aware of it and really be able to kind of deal with it. So to me, it depends on how DK kind of up this tempo. So if they play it really fast and all these team fights are really hectic, and you don't have people sitting on one side of the tower and then sitting on the other side of the tower, they dance back and forth for like 30 seconds to a minute. That's when VG Gaming says, all right, we know they're gonna try to initiate with X-Torn or Burrow Strike,
Yeah.
and then the AoE team fight starts. Whereas if you have a team fight that's really chaotic and two teams just meet in the forest, that's where DK comes advantaged. So
Looks like we're gonna have a remake.
yeah, you leave the game first,
Yeah.
just in case if something happened that.
All right. We'll see if it's being rehosted. Looks like it has been.
All right,
Okay.
we are joining a remake.
It's okay.
We don't have access to this tournament, not yet. Do I get the first slot? The Chinese get the first slot, right?
I think that's like. I think that would just be like no go.
Okay.
That would like put the tournament on hold again. I mean, like the Western tournament's like it doesn't really matter what slot. One day we'll be in broadcast channel 1, next we'll be in 6. But I don't want to mess with Ace. They sound scary, man. I don't know.
Dude, Ace will fucking bust out the tutus on you if you don't cooperate. You seen
Sent
this gif yet?
ballerinas after me. Yeah, I did see that gif. That's pretty brilliant.
Where's my gifs? Oh, there it is. There it fucking is.
Nice.
The best part is
Love
like
it.
there's this intense Dota battle background.
Wow.
Look at this.
I mean,
This,
they going all out.
this is majestic. They also had robot dancers earlier.
I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
Yeah, you do.
Just for the production value and everything. Everything about this tournament, it's just like gets me excited. If there's gonna be like multiple seasons of this, it's just gonna basically become the. I definitely predict more Western teams will join. Like we have LG International playing this, but I think we'll look towards more teams wanting
Where's
to
that rattlesnake
be a part of this.
int?
I know. I wish they'd go
Where's
here on
that
time.
rattlesnake int, guys?
I think they were looking for a team like the organization just to get a team to play an ace, but they weren't quite quick enough for it, unfortunately. But
You know, a lot of people have been comparing this particular WPC ace to like the LCS of Dota.
yes,
LCS, obviously, if you guys are not familiar, is a League of Legends league type of tournament, and this is
it's
basically
less. It's less worldwide, I guess, because LCS
Yes.
is global.
global.
I'd say it's more similar to like the GSL in Korea, where
Sure,
it's like
sure.
the most prestigious tournament in Korea. This is the most prestigious tournament in China, and it's going to be huge. You'll see teams wanting to come from other regions to play in it just because of the scope of it, all the money and production value it's going to have. I mean, it's already blown away GSL, let's be honest, as far as production goes. But it's absolutely huge, and the prize pool something like over $200,000 depending whatever it is in Chinese.
Some huge, large amount of
The biggest prize money after the international
Yeah.
for a tournament. It is obviously an ongoing league over time, but
Enable open mic. No tournament access.
we're good to go.
No, it's good.
Perfect.
If you're
World
not hearing the
Tour-
audio, it's Perfect World Tour. Somebody just pick a slaughter.
I was
Oh,
gonna-
burning. Oh no.
is that Burning in his Slardar?
Burning just picked the
No,
slaughter.
no. Everyone picked up weird heroes.
Yeah, I know, but Burning picked the slaughter. Come on.
What's the Timbersaw? There was never a Timbersaw.
I know, and neither was there an invoker. I said pick.
I think this is like some kind of inside joke that Burning's like, ha, what if I played Slardar again, guys?
Can you leave first? Just to make sure
Yeah.
that
Alright.
okay.
This will be quick.
Oh, Vila didn't even take our slot. What's going on here?
Or was there a battle over for slot 2 earlier?
No?
Alright.
No, there wasn't.
Got K-pop Toasters back in. Big shout out to that guy who's doing the stats for us for today and some of the subsequent matches, perhaps. I guess it's what he's on US East. Not sure where that guy lives.
We got some now. K-pop those is where you live. In the WPC Ace. Are you scared of them?
I'm not typing in lobby. Like I joined a WePlay lobby, I'll chat with the players and stuff,
Yeah, that's fine.
and just be
We
casual.
play is cool.
Ace, no, not saying a word, not
Okay.
getting involved. I'm just gonna sit here quietly, not gonna get on Ace's bad side. From us? Oh. Hey, Carl.
Some people are just uncomfortable with silence. I'm just like,
I'm okay with it.
yeah.
I
enjoy the
guess
silence.
it's like I think it's more appropriate during an actual game because I think there's like obviously
Mhm.
we're on camera, but we should be talking, Looney. Did you have breakfast today?
I did,
Oh man.
but a tip to new casters: silence is golden.
Yes.
Don't feel like you need to fill the time when you don't need
Yeah.
to fill the time.
Especially like solo casting, like
Yeah.
for new solo casters,
Sometimes you just there's nothing to say.
you're already gonna be talking more than you should be just because of the nature of a solo cast. But it looks like we're good to go. We're back in the game. It's been rehosted. It's AP. Everything hopefully sorted. No more remakes. But
All right, to fill in the people that just joined us, it's gonna be DK on the Radiant side. They seems like they did not tag up. Shame on them. It's gonna be Mushi, Lamb, Ice, Burning, MMY. The big. What's going on here? Why do no hero being
At the
picked?
top they've been picked, so it looks like it's just a UI bug.
Okay.
Because as you look at the top bar, all the heroes actually there.
All right,
and
there you go.
All right.
There we go.
Perfect World servers in action.
Hopefully, we're not gonna get too many animation skips on the bot or on the Dire side. It's gonna be ROTK on the Clockwork, Tutu on the Weaver as well. We're gonna see Super playing his solo mid Alchemist. Fenrir is gonna be on the Tree and Protector.
Let's
Last
go.
but not
Level 1
least,
Roche. Let's go.
FY
They
on
run
the-
right to the Roshan pit. Weaver's got a stout shield. This is level 1 Roche. If you're telling me this is
Why the? Okay.
why is Weaver got a stout shield? Well, I guess there is other reasons you'd maybe
Are they
get it.
swapping the heroes, perhaps?
No, they-
No, RTK's also got a style shield. There's
Alright.
no way you get a style shield on Weaver and tank level 1 Roche because that doesn't work.
I
No, they're
know.
swapping the hero. I told you. Super is playing.
They waited a long time to swap. That is some.
I mean, as soon as you see that style
Mind
shield
game.
on Weaver, you knew it was an.
yeah, we knew, but we're looking towards DK maybe not seeing that for much later.
RTK. He's going to be running into a
Ooh.
Sanking. Sanking's going to be absolutely fine here. Alright, to introduce the Radiant side, we're going to see Mushi playing that
30
solo
seconds to
mid.
battle.
We're going to see DK, Lamb handling the Sanking. MMY is going to be on the Wisp. Or Carry's going to be played by Burning. And last but not least, it's going to be Elder Titan up top being handled by Ice. Boots first, a couple of Clarities, and a set of Tangos.
All right, let's go. Vici Gaming. They're over on the Dire side, and looking to get things off here with a bang. Well, how do their mid lanes match up? It looks like it's just going to be a safe lane farming Alchemist, which puts Weaver actually in the middle lane. I like this a lot better, because both teams going to be trading free farm for free farm, and if you're having Weaver in the safe lane with Alchemist mid, it's sort of not optimal for that, which is where sort of the lanes initially predicted with the Weaver safe lane and Alchemist mid are a bit weaker than what we're seeing here. Super going to be playing a solo mid Weaver against a Kunkka.
Normally you say, Weaver being the range hero, you could actually harass Kunkka quite a bit. And it's going to be true from like level 1 to 4, but I think it's from level 5 to 6. Depending on the build that Mushi goes for, Weaver can really be in trouble. If Mushi decides to max Tidebringer, which I doubt he would, the harass is going to be really tough for Super to handle. Similarly, if decides to go for X-Torrent, which I think is a little bit more likely, Super could just get X-Torrented and killed at level 6, especially if Mushi hits 6 before Super has access into his time lapse. So I think this matchup is pretty okay for Mushi here.
Yep, well, Elder Titan, it's the offlane Ice Elder Titan with boots first. I like what I'm seeing. Clockwork's actually pulled the creep wave back as far as offlaners go to his tower, so imagine doing that little cog trick that we didn't see, and just going to throw down those cogs casually, just to try and burn away a bit of Burning's mana, and, well, RTK is going to hit his level 2, I imagine, fairly soon. It hasn't gone for the rocket.
FY, you're in huge trouble. You just can't man fight.
Jeez.
The hit is going to come through, and FY is
Oh.
dropping low, but there's living armor, and Ice is going to go the other way. Is Ice going to give
He almost
first
got
blood?
that kill.
No, he was not respecting the plus 80 damage, or the 80 damage that was going to be on Elder Titan. So FY taking a ton of harass, but he's going to cancel the clarity. Ice, what are you doing? He's going to get lifted back. I don't think he's going to die here, but the
Yes,
sun's
he
going to
is.
come through, and Ice is going to give it the first blood with Boots' speed on the bot lane. Well then,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ice, he'll go big or go home, and right now,
I'm
that's-
sure ROTK is smiling on the other side right now because come on.
He's happy that there's another ROTK in China right now.
Yes.
Ice is an offlane player who plays very similar style to ROTK. in
No,
that he'll-
ROTK doesn't die there. ROTK only dies mid game when he has farm.
Yeah. Well, ROTK also does sometimes die in the offlane, but I'd say less so like on heroes like tanky Elder Titan. It's
Yeah.
more like these just weird random getting caught out, like his bounty hunter, I remember.
It was just questionable
But-
play all around.
Well, We're going to
Yeah.
see... I don't know.
Indeed.
Nothing more to talk about, I guess, with that. The problem is Elder Titan, I guess, needs to go back top because he can't really get much out anywhere else. He can't go to the jungle, which is where he did go for this Boots first build to try and get whatever experience he can, but with pulls, with harass, he is going to try and get a bit zoned out of this lane.
Yeah, that Boots first build has lost its luster now. The fact that Rubik, the support, has got Rubik has got the Boots because he got the first blood kill on him. So, yeah, suddenly Ice lane's going to get a lot more tougher. And of course, Finrar, he doesn't really need to do much. Meanwhile, back on the bot lane, RTK in a little bit of trouble. Looks like Living Armor has already been used and already been burnt through. But like you know, imagine ROTK is not going to have too much of a difficult time. After especially that now he's got a Boots of speed.
Yeah, no. He's going to be just fine. We'll probably be looking to pick up a Magic Stick fairly soon. FY, meanwhile, top lane, still continuing to zone out. Ice this offlane all the time. He's got Boots and Magic Stick of his own, so got, I guess, what he needs to sort of stay alive, but the question is, can he even get experience? And it looks like right now he's not going to be getting any experience anytime soon.
So Mushi looks like he is going to be going for the X Torrent build, which you're going to be leveling up Tidebringer, and also you're going to be leveling X Marks the Spot. This build is really good for against solo mid that has an escape spell. So your Puck, your Queen in Pain, in this case your Weaver, who likes to Sakuchi away when you're going onto him. So I imagine Mushi should be able to find a solo kill or two, but that depends on how aggressive that Weaver is going to be playing.
Yeah, and I still think... I mean, maybe you get the solo kills because you're Mushi, but I think generally as super, he shouldn't be looking to be giving away those solo kills. It's something he should see coming. He'll notice that the Kanka Torrents are only doing a small amount of damage and know that he's got 2 points in that X.
X Torrent's going to fly through as a level 1 spell. Super dropping pretty low. Mushi obviously bottle crawling, so this mana is basically free, so might as well toss out a couple of spells. Elder Titan on the top lane, still only a level 1. He's got now a Magic Stick, which I'm not sure whether this is a good item choice. Magic Stick obviously is a good item when you go kind of man-to-man fight and you need to pop that 10 Magic Stick charge for mana and HP, but he's not getting too much Magic Stick charges. No. He's getting just right-click harass by the Rubik, and Rubik, there's no reason for him to cast any spells into Ice. So I feel
unless
like
they're like guaranteed to kill, which they'll know when they can.
I feel like at best you're gonna get maybe 3 or 4 Magic Stick charges, and that's not worth 200 gold investment. I think a Stalship might do a little bit too much. Heck, maybe even a Gauntlet would do a little bit more.
Yeah, or just you could save up towards your bottle to give you the HP and mana regen that you maybe want. Bottom lane, RTK could be in a bit of trouble here. There's a tether onto Burning, but they're not going to go. Burning is so fast. Tranquil Boots plus tether, 473 movement speed.
I don't think they get that kill until you get Eclipse. No. Yeah, and even if you get Eclipse, that's considering the ROTK only if he's out of position and doesn't have a creep rate support. FY coming back in, and again, you can see that FY is not dropping any Fables or anything. He's just going to physically harass and zone out the Elder Titan. I think Ice is misplaying this offlane a bit.
This is your much more traditional old school support that we're seeing from FY, which is just 100% zoning out. Yep. Not worrying about pulls, not worrying about his own levels. He actually is hitting level 3. Like, he's leaching experience from the lane here and there when he can.
Finrar's doing all of the pulls.
And he'll just continue to zone out Ice. The big thing is you don't let Ice pull away this big camp or do any pulls of his own. You're just trying to make sure that the only pulls going on are coming from your Treant Protector, who, hey, he's got 5 unit kills, and actually not as many as you'd hope for on your Treant Protector, but he's getting some farm over it on those neutrals.
Yeah, very, very passive early game, and that speaks to how little the Radiant support hero could do. Sand King's been jungling quite a bit. We see level 2 on the Sand King. Well, actually, has to be been jungling.
That's not really jungling as far as getting levels. They're going to go for it smoke, though.
I mean, this you have to chain stun this perfectly. Right now, we see Weaver having enough mana for that time lapse.
Yep.
Unless you get the perfect chain stun, you're not going to get the kill. As Ice is going to come around here for a nuke as well.
He gets a double damage ring. He would have loved something like an Invis just so he could leak some experience.
Super's going to go on the top lane here. That's going to break the smoke. We're going to see a Burrow Strike. No! MMY attacked out of his Burrow Strike into a Tether Stun. The Torrent, where is it? There's no Torrent. And Super is going to get out of there. Miscoordination from the DK members. In fact, it's going to be FY coming back in. MMY detected. He's going to get lifted, tossed back. Tether right ward, so you got to kill that Bug. Bug barely gets destroyed. Super coming in for that kill. Burrow Strike's going to come through here. No more time lapse. In fact, MMY comes in. Rocket Flare is going to get that 1 kill. Torrent's going to come through. Lamb's dropping low as well. Lamb's going to die to the Gemini attack of Vichy Gaming. Super huge mistake being made, and not really underestimating the
not getting punished for it. The Treant Armor is like your saving grace.
I mean, they're underestimating the power of Treant Armor. Back in the top lane here, by the way, Ice on the run. Can they drop the stun? No, unfortunately, 2-2 stunned himself. Ice only level 2 at this point. I gotta say, DK really far behind as we see the Bolt missing on the mid lane. If you look at the goal, it's Vichy Gaming leading by 1,500 gold because they're pulling better on their support. You're getting more levels. Let's quickly check on the support levels too. 2 on Sand King, 2 on your off-lane Elder Titan compared to a 5 Clockwork, a 4 Tree, as well as a 3 Rubik.
Yeah, this is big advantage going to Vici Gaming here in the early game in Game 1. The way the format works, for those of you just tuning in, not really knowing how things work, it's a 2-game series that you play. If you get a draw, both teams get 1 point in the standings. If you get an actual 2-0 win, you get 3 points. So teams are rewarded for getting wins much more heavily rather than getting that 1-1 draw.
I like that. I mean, a better team should be appropriately rewarded as opposed to a team that's a little bit more even in terms of.
And even if you like cause an upset, maybe win 1 game over a 2-game series as like an underdog, you don't get too heavily rewarded. I guess it kind of sucks you don't get heavily rewarded, but it does sort of make it so that the top teams will be getting more points in the ladder.
A Rocket Flare did fly up on the top lane here, and I believe they did check out both Lamb as well as MMY hiding in the trees. We don't generally see a Wisp that's so mobile in the early game, but he's actually, ganking. But unfortunately, here comes Super on the backline. He's got himself an urn. He's looking to play aggressive early and fast. MMY, Tether, Burrow Strike's going to go through. They're just using these spells to survive. Meanwhile, though, unfortunately, Ice is being dove upon. He's trying to juke to the left. Why is he not walking back? I'm not too sure. He's now juking here and should be okay. The Torn X-Bolt, no time lapse, and all of these spells are missing.
Well, Mushi wants to try and come in and make something happen now that he's reached this level 8 point.
Are we going to see a Rocket Flare?
Ice. Is he low? It's actually Clockwork's leveled up Rocket Flare.
Yeah?
Okay, level 3 Rocket Flare. He's also just trying to hit that, reach that level 6 point. He has hit level 6 down this middle lane, but no Rocket Flare coming in, so to speak of. And DK, their support's being underleveled, being made ineffective, and then you look towards Ice in the offlane. He's got a Soul Ring now. He's got almost level 4, but he is so far behind compared to where Clockwork's at.
Yeah, I think this is where Burning needs to look to carry his team. I'm not sure exactly how, because you can't really walk as Luna into a fight and be like, hey guys, I'm going to Eclipse and win us a team fight. You really need your frontline tanks to be effective and tanky at that point. Elder Titan, obviously very weak at this point. Mushi, he's still doing okay, but he doesn't really have too much of a tanky item. He's got, well, a phase boot. That's it.
I'm looking at their 2 lands. 72% in favor, betted on DK.
Oh, a lot of
these people had not done their homework. They were blinded by fanboyism, so to speak. And you sit down and think, this is a new team with a new roster and a very big mix of personalities and playstyles, and also a team that lost this Vici Gaming roster recently. It was 2-1, so and they've just recently been formed. But
you want a statistic?
I think 72% is heavily skewed and is definitely very biased based on some of those viewers' personal preferences.
I'm gonna say that 90% of people that bet are people that haven't done the research and they bet on popularity or just who they like more.
I would definitely agree. I think it's fine. I think betting on teams you like is definitely
that's fine.
People you just get in, just enjoy betting, and it's like, oh, bet on the team I like because I want them to win anyway. So then it's like a double win situation. And if they lose, it's like, well, you weep over your team. It's like part of being an esports fan or like a sports fan. I feel half the time. You stick by your team.
Oh, let me tell you
DK is now a lot of people's team.
They are, but unfortunately they're not playing well so far in this game.
Well, we'll see if they can bounce back. I want to see this team do well. I want to see this team at international tournaments. I know MLG have teased about trying to get DK, but if that were to happen, how awesome would that be, Lumi?
How awesome would it... Oh, Clockwork Hook's going to happen on the top lane. Ice getting cogged up, and he's going to be going down quite easily. Ice. Yeah, there you go. The bolt's going to hit right on ROTK's face, but very tanky. Immediate lift and to a toss back, and nice disengage coming out from the rest of the team. The Luna TP in as well. Luna TP in. They want a little bit here, and Burning Eclipse. Unfortunately, the Creamway coming right in a very opportune time. You can see that FY, he's not level 6 just yet, so no spell steal. He's going right there for FY, but Burning not getting any kill. Meanwhile, on the backline, RTK, Burning gets lifted up. He gets tossed back, and Burning's going to go down as well. 0-6 is the start here for Vici Gaming.
What an absolute disastrous start for Vici Gaming, and they're not done. Tutu's going to throw a stun behind enemy lines. Clockwork going to drop a rocket. This is a level 4 rocket. It's LanM actually caught out with no mana to really get out of that one, and they're not done. They get LanM. They're going to keep on chasing here. Weaver Super's just doing a ton of damage. He's got 3 urn charges.
He's got urns, yeah.
Oh,
the Wisp.
MMY should go down here. The question is, do Vici Gaming lose anyone? Can they bring Kunkka or anyone back in? And it looks like Super. Oh, torrented up.
Time lapse.
Nicely played. Super is going to maybe get out of this one. Where's the tree armor?
No, there's no tree armor. Stomp's going to hit as well. They're going to get a Fenrir kill out of this as well.
This is... Oh,
there's a tree armor. He's running right, and Lamb is going to get tossed it back as well. The X-Torrent is going to hit. The Burrow Strike now hit on Tutu. Here comes the Overgrowth. The Sun's going to be on Lamb, but Burning's back. They're going to get one more kill. DK's not done. They want a more. Tutu's on the run to the right side. He's getting scouted out by the Astral Spirit. The beam's gonna hit. The Torm will hit. No! It just barely misses. Burning, I think, is disjointed a little bit. Wow. That was a good chase, but unfortunately did not get the Alchemist.
The first signs of life coming from DK, it was 0-6, and then now suddenly we're looking at 4-8.
kills,
So
yeah.
they got 4 kills. They lost only 2 more in that following chase. So definitely a bit of an overextension from VG Gaming. If they just walked away with their spoils of war, they would have been sitting pretty here. But they do give DK a bit more than they should have there. But just all the aggression and diving past towers, it's VG Gaming making a big statement here against the team DK.
I really think that DK is in huge trouble right now, because if you look at Tutu's got a running Midas for the longest time already. If you look at his stash and look at his goal, he's going to have your 13-14 minute Shadow Blade, and that means he could just walk straight up to Burning, for example, and just get a solo kill. There's nothing Burning can do about that. He doesn't have a BKB. Same thing for Kunkka. Same thing for every single member of Team DK. So I think DK right now in huge trouble, and, well, they need to hit 6 on this Wisp and start recovering and start ganking on their own right.
All right, well, we'll see if they can look to do it. They've got the level 6 Wisp, but they don't really have Sand King. We talked about the most obvious relocate target, but VG Gaming are all tanky, hard to kill. The only squishy target's the Rubik, and he's never going to really be on his own. Everyone else has it's tanky or escape spells. There's tree and armor to keep people alive. This tree and armor has come into play a number of times, saving people's lives. And
it seems like Finrar is still not really on point and using this hero, at least living armor, as properly as possible. He's been sometimes dropping. I saw a train armor go into Super 1 with full HP in the jungle by himself. I think you really want to reserve that as much as you can. Super, he was looking for a solo kill on the bot lane. He has a double damage in Spotto.
Mid lane, there's a Shadow Blade on Tutu. He's gone in. He's initiated with the Shadow Blade, just going on Mushi here. But I think there was actually 2 heroes in the fog that they didn't realize about.
Gonna come through. That's gonna be a Burrow Strike. The bolt's gonna hit on ROTK. Any spell seal? That is gonna be a Lucent Beam being stolen. Not exactly a bolt that you're looking for, but nice kill after a relocate. That's exactly what you want to use it for. I don't even think they needed to be there, but again, DK showing some signs of life as we're moving into this mid game.
And that's a turnaround. When Alchemist first picks up his Shadow Blade, goes for his first gank with it, you should be caught by surprise, and it could do some damage. But DK either just a bit lucky with their positioning, having the 3 heroes mid, only one of them shown to VG Gaming, or they kind of read VG Gaming really well. And I think it's much more the latter.
Yep, and earlier you were talking about Sand King being ported into the Chinese scene and be like, oh, this is a Mushi influence. I was not, I was a little bit skeptical, but if you look at Lamb's skill build right now, this got orange written all over it. Skipping that second point of Sandstorm, just opting for an extra point of stats, just making sure that your Sand King could use every bit of mana and tank in the front line as much as possible. You see Extinct and Net do this all the time. So, yeah, adding Mushi on your team, adding more hero picks, and adding more strategies.
Yeah, for a support Sand, I really like this build for the support Sand King. You have to be a lot more conservative with your Sandstorm, but generally you don't want to be on the front lines having to use your Sandstorm to survive as a support Sand King anyways. You go in when you know it's an opportune time, so... We'll see VG Gaming, they kind of back off for a bit. They're still ahead by about 3,000 gold, but I think quickly realizing this game not as comfortable as they'd like it to be.
Yeah, and again, I really appreciate the fact that DK right now is farming their 2 supports on the bot lane. Generally, you don't see too much of this at all. Lamb looking for that level 6. You have Burning just farming, and perhaps not the safest position on the mid lane, but he's protected by Mushi under the tier 1 tower. So just so interesting to see that now the supports are rotating to give the carry more farm, and carry rotating to give the supports more farm. Obviously, Wisp relocate is off cooldown. Lamb's level 6, so look towards a epicenter being relocated at any given moment. VG Gaming, though, looking for a gank on the Wisp, because you don't really want to gank anywhere else when they could relocate just in.
Yep, there's Sun already being channeled here by Tutu, and he's looking... Looks like we're going to see Lamb actually be the target here. Sun gets thrown, Acid gets dropped. Is there a follow-up? Clockwork, rocket in, easy kill. Lucent Beam from FY secures it, and...
here comes Mushi, he's moving fast. X, no Torrent to follow through RTK.
I think Alchemist the wrong target.
Burning, unfortunately, he doesn't have any mana. Torrent's going to hit, the bolt's going to follow through, and that's going to hit on a ton of target, but unfortunately, Burning's dead already at this point. Mushi going for the kill on Tutu. Is that bolt being stolen? Yes, it is. No bolt being thrown out. It is thrown out right now in the face, and look at the AoE damage. It's going to be MMY as well as Ice just melting Ice using the clap. It's going to hit, X-Torrent's going to hit right on Super as well, but Super, it's got the living armor. Mushi fighting to his death. He's going to get a Burrow Strike to his aid, and Time-Lapse not going to be there. Mushi's still alive, but not for too long. He's got the face, he's got the drum. Can he run out there? Yes, he will. Looks like we don't have any more Stomp. FY dropping low. He's got the living armor. The Burrow Strike's going to hit on Finrar as well. Finrar is going to go down. Yes, he is going to go down. Meanwhile, the Stomp and the Creeps is going to be a full 5-man wipe for DK player. from RTK. Gonna get 1 kill. Oh, he's looking for Lamb. He does not have a clockwork hook shot. Burrow Strike's gonna hit too. And there's Rocket Flare in just a couple more seconds. Can Lamb juke? He will tie to his Rocket Flare if it hits. Oh, he juked! Okay.
Now he's got enough HP to survive the next Rocket Flare. Problem is, hookshot's coming within 10 seconds.
It's over 180 damage. 180 damage. He's regenerating right now. He's got a magic stick, so okay.
It does more than 180.
No.
I mean, it does less than 180. 200 damage reduced. It gets down to 150.
25% of
200.
200
150.
is
150.
okay. 150.
That's easiest math of my life, Lumi.
Alright. Yo.
Calm down.
When there's AoE spells being flown around and both being stolen.
DK got a team wipe out of a very unexpected fight, I'd say, because they lose Sand King right off the bat, but they still managed to bring in Mushi and just do
They
a
lose
ton of
Burning
damage.
right off the bat without dropping
Yeah.
Eclipse. That's a big one.
They killed the Alchemist. Once Alchemist was dead, Weaver was the only real... That battle felt like Vici Gaming supports were doing most of the damage and staying alive the longest. They were just getting ignored for so long. Rubik got off a ton of spells and did a decent amount himself, but once Weaver was dead, there was just no hope left for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, to me, it was Elder Tenant surviving throughout that entire team fight. He didn't even drop Earth Splitter, but the fact that he's dropping Astral left and right on the back line of Vici Gaming.
There was an Earth Splitter at the start.
There was? Okay,
Yes,
I
it was
didn't see
like
that
it was like right as the Torrent boat came out. It was actually a decent wombo combo, but they just got the 1 kill.
X-Torrent boat's gonna hit right through FY looking for the spell seal. He is gonna get himself yet another bolt. I'm telling you, it's so hard to avoid giving away the bolt. Like, you just can't avoid it. And that's why Rubik is generally one of the really good counters to a Kunkka. And that's something they have to be extremely concerned with. Because we just saw the boat getting dropped earlier in that bottom team fight. It could have made things a lot worse. Uh-oh, RTK getting stomped up. Warren into a cleave.
They have so much setup on the Dire team for a boat with a clockwork hookshot into Cogs, with the Treant Protector with his overgrowth as well. There's a number of things they can do to just set up this boat that Rubik wants to throw down, but another X-Torrent onto Super, no boat this time around. They're just harassing him constantly, so if a fight does break out, they want to make sure that he's not at full HP, he's not at full fighting potential. The Radiant team do have a Central already prepared in the middle lane for both Alchemist as well as the Weaver, and it looks like Vici Gaming may just have to go back and farm for a bit here. I think they've been trying to force these fights a bit too much, and Tutu realizing that is going for a BKB.
Bolt's gonna come here from FY, and they're gonna go on Ice. He's tanking on the front line here. Swaps his threat to Intelligence. Not too sure what that's about. He's gonna go down as a result. That's Burst Strike being stolen, and Vici Gaming is on the chase. Really can't get too much of anything. Unfortunately, Tutu stuns himself, and here comes Big Bad Burning with the relocate on top. The Clockwork Hook unfortunately hits on the backline. It's Epicenter being relocated in, and look at the AoE deeps. It's everywhere. Too much to hold these deeps. Finroar is going to drop down as well, and that's yet another 5-man team wipes. My god, DK is falling out of control now.
Wow, that was just insane, and that was not the best initiation timing from Vici Gaming, but more than anything, DK just handled it so perfectly. This team is looking really composed all of a sudden. Despite what was an absolutely horrible start for them, they're suddenly looking like absolute monsters.
Yes, and again, in a team fights where it's just chaotic, where it's kind of back and forth, where one team chases, the other team runs, that's where AoE Wombo combo truly have successes in China. When you have a relocating with the Epicenter on top, people just don't expect that. DK wins a huge team fight. I mean, despite, again, the initiation doesn't look too pristine from DK, bolts being stolen left and right. In fact, it was Vici Gaming that was initiating with the bolt. But Radiant just have enough to survive. And if you look at Lamb, he's up
Blink
to
dagger
2,000 gold
Yeah.
and level 11. I gotta ask you guys, you watch a lot of Chinese Soda. When is the last time you've seen a 4-row support Sand King that hit level 11 and has Blink Dagger in 21 minutes of gameplay?
I'm really shocked.
You will never ever see
He
that.
got so much farm from that relocate. He was right in the middle of that fight, getting off his
He is
Epicenter.
farming straight up because this is your
Doesn't even
orange-
go blink. He picks up his arcane boots
Okay,
and everything.
I mean, why not? Let's not
There's no
question-
rush for the blink. You've got the
You
Wisp
got the
relocate.
Wisp, that's your blink.
All right. We're good to go. And DK split out this bottom tier 1 tower, getting him back down to deny range. And this is, I think, going to be more gold going their way. Super maybe not. Yeah, he's not going to make it to this bottom lane in time.
Yep.
The other thing which got Lamb a ton of gold, he actually last hitted that middle tier 2 tower. That's where most of that gold actually came. Well,
Okay.
like a good 800 gold or so came from.
Yeah, I've seen him actually using Burrow Strike right after Mushi uses Tidebringer slash as well. It's like he's just not concerned about the traditional ideals of, oh, I'm the support, let me give...
Someone will get the farm. It doesn't matter who.
Whoever gets the farm is just good, so it's fine. Obviously, you don't want to take it away from Burning. Mushi's a player that you could probably take it away from because he's playing Kunkka, who doesn't need nearly as much farm as Luna.
Well, speaking of farm, Kunkka with the Shadow Blade up, is actually out farming burning by a decent margin here. Mushi well, actually, no, I would say that. He's only a couple hundred ahead right now. Looks like there is a BKB coming on the loon, but Alchemist picks up a BKB of his own. And I feel like VG Gaming have needed this for some time. They've been forcing fights when they shouldn't, because they've been lacking these much-needed BKBs to deal with the AoE wombo combo.
Okay, here comes Fenrir or FY on the back line here, trying to get a couple of spells being stolen. I think the reason that Mushi is actually leading in terms of net worth is the fact that Luna's been dying in the beginning of these team fights, and then it's the tree and Ice is like right next to each other. What's going on over here?
I like
also,
Fenrir's
very
position
interesting
here.
build coming out from Fenrir. He's actually not leveling up Leech Seed. Clockwork Hook's going to miss as well. The Sun's going to hit on Burning. They don't want to focus him down. The Overgrowth's going to come on the back line. They do bring up Burning immediately, and here comes the Epicenter relocate. Huge AoE damage. The Clockwork Hog's going to trap everybody, and so will the Earth Splitter, but nobody's dying yet. It's really the BKB on 2-2. Mushi's dropping low. He's trying to Lothar out of there, but can't do it, and suddenly it's a 2-0 team fight going the other direction. More importantly, they use everything. Relocate, Earth Splitter, Epicenter, and they kill Burning as well as Kunkka. We're going to see Tier 1 and Tier 2 going down. That's a huge loss for DK.
It goes to show how even this game still is. Even after DK get practically 2 team wipes in a row, it's still Vici Gaming who have a decent amount of item progression. And with the BKB suddenly picked up on 2-2, it's like, okay, we don't have to worry about Alchemist going down. We've got some reliable damage output in the fight. Super can always keep himself alive fairly long. And this is, I guess, the one thing that's scary for DK. Weaver's going to have a BKB soon as well. When both Weaver and Alchemist have BKBs up,
yes,
DK suddenly it's like, well, they're winning these fights and looking like they're ahead right now, but they can't actually continue to win fights against double BKBs on core heroes.
Yeah, normally you say it's okay. It's, we got our Luna, we got our Kunkka,
Wow.
BKB heroes or not. We could actually use our right-click damage and then get something going. Unfortunately, Burning hasn't been playing pristine Dota. If you look at his BKB, he had it in that last team fight, I believe, but he still got Alchemist stun out of invisibility. Sure, it's reaction.
Just before the fight broke out, I was going to say, they were pushing without Sentry Ward. There's an Alchemist stun, there's Weaver. They have no detection on the ground there. Wisp and Sanking were at bottom, waiting to relocate in, which is partly why, because it's the Sanking who's carrying the Sentry Wards, but they still need to have those. And actually now we see Ice at top lane with sentries. He's going to find Fenrir.
Going to hit, and well, Ice trying to get that solo kill. The Overgrowth's going to hit. Oh, he doesn't have an Urn or anything. He's looking for the Astro. Not going to find it. Burning's going to get lifted up. Earthsplitter, that's stolen.
Rubik's?
Yeah, that's Rubik. I mean, I told you, Rubik's going to have his selection of AoE spells that he wants to steal. Unfortunately, ROTK's not going to get caught out. Earthsplitter's going to get dropped, and what did Rubik steal now? Burrow Strike.
That's a really nice spell to steal. In fact, as far as having a really short cooldown, reliable extra stun, and escape mechanism.
Yeah.
One of those,
again, Rubik steals anything. Like, Eclipse, Bolt, Earthsplitter, Astro, like all of these are just great spells to have.
Well, Vici Gaming, it's now going to suddenly be them who can't defend a tower at top lane. It looks like they're just going to let this top tier 2 tower go. They really need these BKBs. Even ROTK is trying to get a BKB in his Clockwork. No surprises there, but he's 1300 gold away from it. So if Vici Gaming can just hold out for another 3 or 4 minutes while they farm these triple BKBs without taking too many losses, I think suddenly that's where they can take team fights. And DK will realize, hey, we got to back off and farm ourselves. Get Burning his next item. Get Kunkka up to a BKB or whatever he may want to go for. It looks like Mushi is building towards a BKB.
Yeah, he needs that to stay in the front lines.
Yeah. And I think DK are going to quickly realize they can't keep on fighting once these BKBs are up, but I think they should use the next 2 or 3 minutes to keep on fighting before they are.
Yeah, and once the BKB's up, heroes like Sanking really just become a non-factor. And Lamb, he has, again, enough gold to get the Blink Dagger, but it really hasn't been the fact that Epicenter hasn't gone off in this middle team fight. In fact, Epicenter has always gone off in the middle team fight, but instead he's going to go for Force Staff. I love this item choice. Again, you don't need a Blink to drop your Epicenter in the middle team fight. Again, he has been doing it. You need things like utility items to make sure your heroes are not dying. And Force Staff is really good on a Luna that gets stunned and is being focused by 3 or 4 heroes.
Yeah. This is an interesting deviation to the North Sanking play. Whisper's even found up a Ghost Scepter on himself. It's just decent farm all of a sudden on DK, even on their supports who were just incredibly underleveled in the early game stage, but they've managed to turn things around, and well, suddenly DK is looking like a much stronger team right now as far as having the mech up on the Elder Titan. I like that he's gone for these utility style items. Definitely look towards him even, probably still getting something like a pipe isn't bad, but may just want a Ghost Scepter of his own to deal with the physical damage. But DK, they're grouped up at bottom lane, and well, they want to fight before these BKBs are up. Weaver, I think, yeah, Weaver's got his. And I don't know if DK have spotted this yet.
Yeah, I don't think they've seen
he just picked it up.
Yeah, the Weaver hasn't been seen. He's just Sakuching on the ball lane, maybe looking for Burning. Burning cannot get initiated upon. He's been dying at the beginning of every single team fight. ROTK looking for the hook. The problem is if ROTK hooks in, he just doesn't have backup, so that wasn't too good of initiation.
Really, really nice Radiant Ward here, which hasn't been dewarded or dealt with. Spotting out absolutely everything. Sees the Weaver BKB, sees them coming in, sees where ROTK was positioning himself to try and find that hook shot. It will not be able to deal with this Ancient stack here. 2-2 going to get himself that. And this is suddenly all of a sudden looking like an Assault Crest on 2-2.
This is insane. And it's not just like Assault Crest now, it's the Basher that comes afterwards. And it doesn't matter if you have BKB Luna. I think that's where Wisp really needs to play a huge role with his overcharge and trying to give his whoever that's getting focus as much tank ability as possible. MMY and Lamb, they're going to just hang out with each other and just use that relocate whenever they need to. And so far, they're actually, I mean, look how much Lamb is farming.
Like split pushing supports right now.
Yeah.
I've unheard of
if
almost.
you lose your Sank and Wisp, you say, alright, we lost our 2 supports.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Meanwhile, it's like DK like sending their 3 core heroes to just push and roam around the map while the supports are like, nope, we're split pushing.
Yeah.
That's our duty. Well, Assault Crest now up on the Alchemist as his farm is suddenly starting to pick up. And I think this is something that VG Gaming realized after a few bad fights, that they've got to make sure they get the farm, get these core items up. They can't just sit back and just watch DK take fight after fight and not get further items.
Yeah, I wonder how DK is going to win this game. Oh, looks like we're going to see a little bit of initiation. Sandstorm. Oh, MMY is going to Gold Scepter. No physical damage. Force Staff here coming up from the Sand King. They got to run, and they will run.
Okay.
The supports surviving against the initiation. Guess what? Burning says, yeah, free farm time for me. And unfortunately, Burning's, you know, in the middle of the river.
Well,
I mean, this game, this has really came full circle for me. Originally, DK's all about 4 protect 1, Burning farm. And now he's the one that's giving his support farm. Like,
yeah.
What kind of new Dota we're watching?
Well, yeah, at early stages, it was, a lot of just farming for Burning going on. There was sort of some small ganks going on. Then we had a period of like 10 minutes of just constant fighting and team fights. And now that both teams have sort of stepped back, realized they need to go for a bit more passive style of just catch up, get whatever core items they can get, and then look to take more fights.
X-Torn, bow, or no bow being dropped here, just X-Torn for the harass. For those of you guys who don't know the interaction between Torn, I'll talk about that later, as Choo-Choo's going to come on the top lane here. That's a 2-man stun. Uh-oh, BKB being activated. I don't even think that was necessary, and that's, well, a 2-man kill. Again, you lose your 2 supports, and you're like, you know, we lost.
Except to a solo Alchemist.
Oh, Ice is going to get caught out on the ball lane. He doesn't have, the bolt's going to come through, and Mushi trying to help out his allies. BKB being activated, but it looks like the call has brought them in. No bashes just yet. Mushi's going to just TP straight out, and Ice, well, he's done. 3 kills across the map.
Even if it's just 2 supports, that's so much gold given to the Alchemist. And like you say, yeah, they're going to go for Roshan as well. Alchemist suddenly hits up to level 18 in just a second. He gets a ton of gold from those kills. Comes bottom to help out as well. And once those 2 supports are dead and there's no threat of a relocate gate, it's like, sweet, we can initiate on bottom. Because at most, it's 3 heroes. We're not too scared of them either. And that's really smart decision making from VG Gaming. And with the BKB up on the clockwork, they knew they could just go on in and not be too afraid.
Is Burning really thinking about initiating? Oh, he gets picked up in the air. The Torrent's going to come right through. That's from FY. And the bolt's, oh no, the stun, the damage is going to come through. Burning's dropping low. He knows he's going to die, so he drops the Eclipse. They do kill 1 immediately. Choo-Choo's dropping low quite well as well, but he's fine. He's got the Aegis. We have a buyback from MMY and as well as a relocate, and RTK in the middle of that cog. Lamb is there as well, but BKB from RTK, he's going to survive. Well, ROTK is going to die to that Earth, but the team fight's not over just yet. Looks like Burning has bought back, but Burning's dropping quick.
To die a second time.
He's going to die a second time. They just lost so much gold on their 1-row carry.
And it looks like Ice should take a fall as well. There's an Alchemist channeling a stun. Hasn't got Shadow Blade, but he'll get the stun, Acid Spray down, and this is his death. Wisp, the only one to survive.
Look at this goal graph. It's just, I mean, I think Wisp bought back as well.
Oh,
Did he buy back?
No, I think he just respawned after dying on the top lane. He relocated in, and then the relocate ended, so he came back towards to his own base.
Okay.
Without dying. Whereas the Sand King did die before the... Well, he wasn't... I mean, probably going to get left there. But VG Gaming now get a very important Tier 1 middle tower. 2-2 has a bash all of a sudden. And after a fight like that, that's where Alchemist really starts to just enter the sort of godly territory.
Even before the fight happens like that.
Yeah.
I really like the fact that, I mean, DK still did a very good job of focusing down on the 2-2. Should the fact that maybe there wasn't an Aegis, the team fight maybe turned a little bit differently. You force 2 to buy back. He doesn't have a chunk of gold. It takes him a lot of time to walk into that team fight, and maybe you could have ran by then. But that's not what happened. Vichy Gaming did have an Aegis on 2-2, and he just came back out and killed everybody.
And then followed up with 2 tier 1 towers, something which Vichy Gaming, they've been sort of a little bit ahead, or at least on equal terms for some time, and without getting towers. It had 1 tower for the longest time. They get the tier 1 mid, they get the tier 1 bottom, and that gold going to the Alchemist, the Weaver, and suddenly Weaver's got 4k gold. That's practically enough for his Desolator if he wants that. Alchemist, on the other hand, looking at 2k gold, probably an Abyssal Blade coming soon. This is scary for DK.
I don't know how DK wins this. I mean, looking at the item progression coming out from Vichy Gaming, looking at the fact that they're not just relying on these team fight, and more importantly, I think ROTK's been playing excellently so far in this game. I really liked his Rocket Flare random pickoff in the early game, but his mid-game initiation with the Clockwork Hook, finding Burning, finding Mushi, finding anybody that he needs to just disjoint the team fight. Because DK team fight's about, you know, let's get our Torrent, let's get a boat, and then we'll set up the Earth Slitter, we'll set up the Luna Eclipse. If you just disrupt that sequence of events by just hooking in, you disrupt their team fight, and that's allowing FY to seal spell. That's allowing the Tree and Protect to walk in an Overgrowth, and then that's allowing 2-2 to right-click away. So Clockwork is, I think, a big integral piece.
Alright, well, let's go. Vichy Gaming, they're smoked up. They want to try and find a jumper pick off at bottom lane.
Burning.
And Burning. Oh, he gets his BKB!
Nice reaction.
This old veteran has some great reactions up his sleeve there.
That's why I said Burning was reacting slowly up in the top tier 1 tower team fight when he had BKB and did not activate it.
That was something hard to do. Alchemist could have maybe got a bit closer, but even so, that was still hard to do. RTK is looking for a hook.
They have a 4-staff on Sand King, but they're not forcing him backwards just yet. The Burrow Strike to help through, but where's the
all
Sand
the
King?
BKBs being used. They've got to save their AoE spells until these BKBs are worn off, and now 2-2 in the front lines. He's got no Aegis. He's going to get brought down. He can buy back if he wants to, but I don't know if he wants to. It's Super, though, doing a lot of damage, but now he gets stunned in the tower. There's no time left. They're going to lose Alchemist. They're going to lose Weaver. Both their carry heroes. Treant gets cleaved down to pieces.
Any X's?
Done? Surely.
No.
How do they not have Burrow Strike X?
All of them were coming off cooldown.
Unfortunate for DK. They get 4 heroes. It's not the complete team wipe, but how does Vichy Gaming go from like dominating the last few team fights to just completely getting destroyed in that one? They had their BKBs up, but I think it was just like they kind of forced the issue a bit too much and popped all their BKBs just to kill 1 or 2 insignificant heroes. I
mean, when you see the Sand King walking towards you, you just have to BKB. You just have to respect that. If you get a 5-man Burrow Strike under the enemy tower, you're going to lose that team fight. To me, it was Burning just really patient, waiting out all these BKB, like you said, or at least waiting out for Alchemist's BKB. For him, he doesn't care that like half your team is BKB, because that means the other half of the team is taking the Lucent Beams to the face. So Eclipse is still very, very good in the sense that, sure, the carries are not eating the damage, but the support definitely will be. And unfortunately, 2-2 ran out his BKB during that very crucial moment under the tier 1 tower, and literally like 6 or 7 beams went straight to his face, and Burning was able to melt him very quickly.
Alright, well that's good news for DK fans out there, of which apparently there are many, as we'll see a swing going back towards DK's way. This gold graph has just been so up and down, it hasn't really decided which way to go, and finally for the first time in the game it looked like we had a pattern going. Vichy Gaming was standing ahead, they got Aegis, they won a few fights, they had a almost 8 to 9k gold lead, but that just got thrown away with that fight at the bottom lane, and that was with the smoke game. That was with a lot being invested in that. 2-2 is going to have enough for his Abyssal Blade soon, but I'm wondering if he even wants to buy it with the threat of another fight like that going down. I
think if you respect the nuking power of DK, you go for a heart first, but it seems like he just wants to get Abyssal. Just says, I just want to kill some... New BKB.
What has it already for? It's 6 seconds.
It's 6 seconds, but he just wants a new one. He just says, I need to survive. Okay. I think you to be honest, I think you just go hard.
Yeah.
But
I think he could have at least used this BKB once or twice more, but he's going to have the
the good old double BKB build.
Well,
I wonder when you activate BKB, which one you...
Well,
you'll just press a button.
Whichever one you hockey.
He has an option. It's like, this is just a gank on Sand King. Let me activate my 6-second one.
That's true, actually.
This is next level. I mean, they give you 10 strength, they give you plus 24 damage. So hey,
decide which one in the moment. They both go on cooldown, but the cooldown will depend on which one you use. The 6-second one will make both BKBs come off cooldown a lot faster. Imagine if you have a 10-second BKB and a 4-second. Use your 4-second, and then you have your 10-second one really quite soon after.
Yeah.
Because of the short cooldown.
The team fight goes that long, which,
level
judging on the way that these team fights go, I don't think it will go that long.
50 seconds. That's pushing it.
I do want to point out that this game, if there's a buyback, I mean, don't we have buyback stats check anymore? How many buyback has there been? How many buyback per hero has it been? Because I swear, like,
Where's the gold loss tab?
Where's the goal loss tab? Volvo, please.
We get net worth though. Net worth is still quite relevant, but the actual goal graph itself, I always feel is like it just seems like it doesn't actually show the whole story as far as who's leading, without showing the gold lost and various other things. But
All right, some quite interesting item progression that I want to talk about. Birding has started with a Mask of Death. He wanted to go for a Helm of Dominator, but he really recognized that he just needs survivability. He needs to get a Butterfly first. So he's picked up the Eagle Saw, and then actually maybe he might even thinking about Shotgun. Because Shotgun against Alchemist is not too bad. A way to kind of allow your allies to survive, a way to allow you to do a little bit more damage with your ultimate. Obviously, that doesn't help you in the right-click game plan.
I don't think you can go shotgun.
If you want to win the game, right? I think Shotgun's one of those items to say...
That you never get on Luna. I think Shotgun's one of those items you never get on Luna. That's how you end that
come on.
sentence, Lumi.
No, come on.
That's how you...
Shotgun into Eclipse? Have you ever taken one of those to your face?
Look, I'm not denying that it does... okay, that's like... Shotgun will make any magic nuke AoE combo do more damage, but... You want to win the game, as a Luna, you never go Shotgun.
I mean, look, this is Burning, so he's going to get that Butterfly. But I'm just saying, there are some worlds out there, perhaps in an alternate universe, you do get Shotgun. Tutu's going to come in here. He's going to find Blam. Ooh, the BKB stun. These guys are players. Oh, Clockwork's going to cook in right now. The Stomp's going to hit on Tutu. The Torrent Bolt was the Earth Splitter's going to be on top. The Bolt's going to hit as well. No, BKB gets popped on Tutu. That's his 10-second one.
Wait, does the other one not go on cooldown?
No, apparently not. That's got to be a bug. You can't double back on BKBs. What's going on?
I'm not. Maybe it's a visual bug, but maybe he just can have 2 BKBs in a fight.
Are you telling me you could literally get 20 seconds of magical immunity?
I have no idea. We're gonna find out if there's another fight in the next 50 seconds. We'll find out quickly. I could have sworn they shared a cooldown.
That's messed up. I think with the recent change of BKB, that's perhaps one of the things that's forgotten to patch out.
Damn. We may not find out right now, but
this is broken for those of you guys that are not aware of what this is. Okay.
Well, now if that's the case, that having well, not 20 seconds of BKB, but having just 15 to 16 is well worth having a double BKB.
Well, Fenrir is gonna be dead. It's not just having like a 15-second BKB, but it's more important than having a BKB when they don't expect you to have a BKB. Like, oh, let's lob them some stuns at him. He's dead. Oh wait, he just BKB for a second time. What? Okay.
We'll have to find out. We haven't seen him use the two BKBs, but
well, it's not on cooldown.
It may just be a spectator thing where it won't actually let you use it, even though it's not on cooldown.
Okay, fair enough.
No need to get too upset yet. We are going to see, for the moment, it looks like DK with much better just map control. They've got wards all along the river. They're splitting out a lot more of these movements, and I think it comes down to having this jab on LAN-AM. They've got much better just map control in general. They're detecting Vici Gaming whenever they move around the map, and Vici Gaming right now just can't get up wards anywhere on the map.
Yeah, DK is playing aggressive, and they can do this. They love to do this, in fact, when they're lineup. They have AoE wombo combo, so anybody they find, they're going to go on. It's going to be super on the mid lane. He's got the BKB, the Burrow Strike. It's going to hit after force time. The Torn, the Bow, all on top, and they're going to burst him down. Great start of the team fight. The Overgrowth trying to cancel things out. RTK pops his BKB, pops his cogs, and it's retreat time here for DK.
Yeah.
They don't lose anything. Oh, the sun's going to lob through on Burning, and you got to force him out. Epicenter being channeled on the right side. It's going to be Lamb. They have the BKB being popped. Burning being forced half away. He's going to be fine as well. Tuti looking for more damage. It's going to be super. Time lapse back in the team fight. Mushi's right-clicking away, FI dropping low, the Stomp's gonna hit on top, and Eclipse finally gonna come through from Burning.
There was no second BKB.
There is no second BKB.
Well, he could have used his second BKB if it would have let him, so I assume it maybe didn't let him, but... Well, Vici Gaming in a lot of trouble now.
Yes, well, there is buyback available on the Alchemist, and he will use it now, but keep in mind that there's no buyback left on the Weaver. There's no AoE ultimates on the Vici Gaming side. They don't have intense AoE, but they are just respecting the power of the buyback. DK says we're not going to push 5v3. Instead, we're going to go for the Roshan instead.
They just forced out buyback from Alchemist as well as Weaver, and that kind of damage, especially into Vici Gaming's economy right now, is something which is going to be so costly for them. So if they can just go back, get Roshan for themselves and reset, definitely favor goes towards DK here, and it looks like...
I'm not sure if they can take this Roshan in time,
yeah.
because RTK's back in 3-4 seconds, and that Clockwork could get himself back in the team fight in a hurry. Choo-Choo coming in with the stun. He's got to drop the stun.
They saw him channeling that
They
stun.
see him. The Torrent's going to come through. The Burrow Strike as well. The Stomp's going to come through. The Bolt's going to fly through as well. But he still has his BKB. Here comes Fenrir. Oh, the huge crit coming in from Mushi. The Overgrow being used just to make sure they're alive. ROTK coming in with a 2-man cog. Oh my god, that cog was absolutely amazing. But ROTK now popping CP. He's still dying to basically right clicks. The right click of DK's has been extremely impressive. FY on the backline here, trying to come in and be a hero. Unfortunately, Torrent. Ooh, the Bolt's going to get tossed in as well.
Well, DK have secured themselves Roshan, and it's actually Weaver who's in the backlines trying to just be annoying. He needs to be careful not to overstay his welcome. I think Gem was picked up by someone here. There was both teams lost their gem, I want to say.
There was 2 gem I've seen at the point at Lamb, and then I'm not sure what the gems are.
Sanking lost his, Clockwork lost his. Clockwork lost his at the mid lane, but it looks like his was actually not claimed by Team DK. So
No, DK Sanking had 2 gem on him at one point, so he took it, and then now they're just somewhere in the battlefield. I don't.
There's
see
one gem here, which Rubik's just found. Okay. Oh, double gem.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, sweet. Okay.
Oh, doesn't he have enough slots? Right now?
Courier's coming out to pick it up. As
Okay.
he's got one gem. We'll probably see ROTK maybe reclaim one, being one of the tankier targets. Mushi now has got himself a Daedalus.
And that's really where I think the momentum of this game shifts. When Burning picks up a Butterfly, and he does already have one right now, he's got the Helm finish as well as Mushi picking up that Daedalus. These physical damage will make those BKB a lot less relevant. I mean, sure, they are still blocking, your AoE nukes, but to me, the AoE nukes isn't the big thing anymore. It's these crits, it's these, glade bounces with Butterfly on top. So I really think that Vichy Gaming perhaps missed their timing window a little bit when they were winning the mid-game teamfight with the BKB, and now they're really in huge trouble when right now the Radiant team a lot tankier with things like mechs, multiple 4-staff, Ice got Heaven's Halberd to make his allies survive a little bit longer. Sanking's 4-staff has been absolutely instrumental. If he's got the Blink Dagger for his team, I'm going to say that they were going to be in a lot worse position, because those 4-staff saving Burning multiple times, saving Mushi multiple times, it's been great.
And is Tutu going to regret purchasing the second BKB? Oh, he may do so at mid lane. He's been chain stunned absolutely perfectly. Tutu brought down. He's got no buyback. RTK, he hooked in to try to save Tutu. Both those 2 heroes dead.
There's no
neither
buyback.
with a buyback. This looks like we're just going to see straight up match on the middle lane. DK want to end the game. They're not messing around. They're not wasting any time. Burning still got the Aegis, and with Butterfly, with bouncing glaives, this is going to be nearly impossible to defend. Your only damage output is the Weaver, a hero who cannot go in because he doesn't have buyback either. This could be the end for Vichy Gaming in game 1.
The boat's going to fly off from FY, trying to delay this as much as possible. Swarm as well as the Glyph's going to go out there as well, but DK with the bouncing stuff, they don't really care. They're going to just hit down your buildings very easily. Scouting constantly goes out from Ice, zoning everybody out, and there goes those bounces. Oh god, it's just ugly. Again, another Sandstorm Boros Strike Predator comes in, as well as a Torrent. The range of initiation is absolutely brutal. DK strikes where it hurts worse.
I was just about to say, they may as well just go straight for the throne here, straight for the juggler, and Vichy Gaming, without their 2 core heroes right now, cannot defend. Rubik can toss another boat in 2 seconds, but not even going to get a chance to do so. GG comes out. Vichy Gaming in game 1, well, they fall. They had their moments. They had a big lead at one point. Up to about 9,000 gold they were ahead by. They had an Aegis. They had triple BKB. And what went wrong?
It's really hard to call. It's really
like
hard
that bottom fight, like something just went horribly, horribly wrong.
It was the 2 team fights in a row. The first team fight, you get caught up by AoE. That's fine.
Yeah.
You can't really argue too much about it. But the second team fight they decided to take without having 3 BKB, I think that's where perhaps they should have waited a little bit longer. Also, you got to keep in mind that DK started this game with 0 and 8. And they were able to
0-6. It ended up like 4 and 8.
4 and 8, sorry.
Yeah.
0-6 to 4 and 8 score. Yeah. So they were able to wrestle back.
I think if they don't get that fight like that early on, they'll just lose the game, because Vichy Gaming were looking in a position where they just start snowballing out of control. If Vichy Gaming just pulled back, kept it 0-6 and just controlled the map a bit more, Vichy Gaming could have just got further and further ahead. Cause
it's something to be said that you start the game at 0-6 and you lose the initial fight in the beginning, and you just say, hey, Luna, buy back. Mushi, buy back. Let's fight more. And normally that says, holy shit, you just lost everything. But, they got 4 kills.
That was when their supports were super under levels, and at that point in the game, getting 3 or 4 kills gets you a ton of experience on your low-level supports. Your supports will jump from level 3 to level 5, level 6. So that helped them out a ton.
Yeah.
And
but how well has the Sanking play? The decision to go 4-staff, the utility items, it was amazing.
Yeah. I love Laman's play on there. I mean, you can see why. He was on Rattlesnake. He was by far the stand-up player, and you can see why DK wanted to pick him up.
Yeah.
For this team, and well, the team's looking good right now. Game 1's over, guys. We're going to take a quick break when we come back. Game 2, it's a 2-game series. Will be coming up now. DK versus VG Gaming. Thanks, everyone.